there's like this cut scene that like establishes the area, right? And that's where we see that there's so many robe guys like all over the beach. And they stand out like a sore thumb, obviously. This is when it shows like other bystanders disapproving of them being there and voicing their opinions about it. And then Cloud, who just changed, he joins up with Barret, who is watching the robe guys being like shunned by everyone around. And he expresses sympathy for the robe guys, saying that they didn't do anything to deserve this treatment. And Barret goes even so far as to stand up and then speak out against this couple. Do you remember this couple is like trying to kick one of the robe guys off the beach?
Yeah. Oh, they're totally ruining the vibe.
The vibe.
You're freaking everyone out.
For real. Take a hike.
And Barret gets up and is like, leave him alone or whatever.
Hey, you leave him alone.
I do want to stop here and say, why would Barret do this? Now, I would argue for a few different reasons. As I have before, Barrett's heart is too big for his massive body.
Yeah, it's too big. He's the best.
He's just got huge heart and soul. And tons of that comes through in the way that he talks about Marlene and interacts with Marlene, right? And he's also almost allergic to injustice and inhumanity. He just like cannot handle it. And since he sees these robe guys as like being victims of that, he feels for them. But then I also think, and this is a new thing that came to mind that was always obvious, but I never consciously acknowledged it, that knowing the fact that Cloud is likely on a path to becoming one of them, that further humanizes them in his eyes.
Yeah.
And it's now, he's not just defending random robe guys, he's defending Cloud, right? He's defending what Cloud is becoming.
I like that.
So he's like taken a personal interest in them because his buddy, who's been there for him and they've helped each other, is going to potentially meet this fate. So it's not just a random zombie for him.
That merc that he pretends to not like, but he really likes.
But he really likes
Yeah.
it, yeah.
And one thing I do want to point out that's like tangentially related here, and it didn't occur to me until we were at the shooting gallery thing where they wouldn't let Barret participate.
Yeah.
It finally dawned on me, like, his name isn't on accident. Like, Barret is actually a very well-known manufacturer of weapons.
Really?
Specifically, one of the best built 50 caliber rifles, like precision rifles used on the battlefield by like snipers and stuff like
That's
that.
cool.
So his name wasn't an accident.
That's cool.
So when they said like, you can't participate, I was like, that sort of tracks. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that brand of gun, but I'm also not a big gun knower.
Nice. No,
Leave it to the Texans.
Yeah, we'll defer to Ernest when it comes to guns.
It is one of the most coveted rifles on the planet.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, they're very expensive. Yeah.
I'm sure that was part of it.
This part's interesting to me because you have like they purposefully like have Cloud you go out by himself and he does the mini dating games, you know, without Tifa and Aerith are still getting cleaned up, right? They're back at Johnny's Seaside Inn.
Right.
So you have this moment with Cloud and Barret on the beach before the girls arrive. But they do that on purpose. And we'll get to that because they're like the boys are down there first. They're on the beach. And then it switches over to the girls.
Yeah. And then I have commentary about that whole like scene
Oh,
where
yeah. We'll get there.
Oh, we all do.
the other half of the party shows up. Yeah.
Yep. So then after Barret chases off the mean couple, this is also interesting and it's short, but if you pay attention, I think it's important. So Barret chases off the mean couple that's going after the robes, and Cloud doesn't say anything, but the camera goes back to Cloud long enough to see his reaction, and it shows that Cloud is not only watching what Barret is doing, but he's processing it in like a very real way. It's one of the few moments where the expression on his face looks like he's actually facing the terrifying truth that he might be turning into one of these guys, right?
Cool.
And that Barret may someday have to defend him. And normally throughout the game, it's Cloud's friends who you can see are processing this reality while Cloud tries to brush it aside and like solely focus on the mission, like he tries to distract himself away from it. But this brief moment shows a look on his face. It's one of the few moments where he's actually shown as being vulnerable and that he's actually probably aware that this could be his fate. And it's really short, but you'll see it here on screen because I'm going to roll the B-roll. It's cool.